Hello, vinyl community. Hope everyone is doing well. It looks like Robert Z has really started something here, and I was debating on whether I was going to weigh in on this or not. If you haven't seen it, he made a video called When is Enough Enough? Or Is it Ever Enough? Or When is Enough Enough? I can't remember exactly what he called it. But it's a good question, and a lot of people have been weighing in on it. I just finished watching Flipside CT, Steve's response, and I watched Me, Mr. Mayo, Joe's response this morning. I highly recommend both of those responses. I think Joe hit the nail on the head for me, and I thought maybe I don't even need to make a video because Joe's response was, pretty right on as far as I'm concerned. So I encourage you to watch that video. But Robert just basically was like, when do you stop? When you spend a lot of money on these things, you're never going to listen to them all. You'll never have the time in your life. You're not going to be alive long enough to listen to all your records if you have hundreds and hundreds. Like, he had 2801, I think. I've got to tell you, I've got more than that. I don't know. I've never counted. I don't want to count. I don't want to know. But for me, no. Because, like Joe pointed out, it's what gives me pleasure in life. They give me joy whether I listen to them or not. Just knowing that I own them and knowing that I have that and that I can listen to it if I want to. And I do listen to music constantly, and I've always been a single guy, so sometimes I only ever play one song from an album. But I want that album, and I do a podcast, and that definitely influences my buying. And I'm not going to bring that into it, but that definitely influences a lot of what I buy. I'll think of a song and I go, I need that for a podcast, and I'll buy it. Most of you guys don't have that, but you do if you just want to hear the song anyway. But my points are, and as Steve pointed out, is if you've got the money and it's not hurting you financially, and you enjoy doing it, the thrill of the hunt is the best. Going to a flea market, or I don't have a flea market, but a thrift store, and find. I almost consider it animal rescue. Flipside CT wrote in one of his responses to one of my videos, if I was a feline person, I'd have 100 cats. Well, that may be so. I almost consider some of these, record rescues. I don't know what's going to happen to the poor things if I don't bring them home with me. But I don't know what I would do on my days off. That's one of the things I was wondering. Went to thrift stores occasionally and bought an occasional record. I've never stopped. But the last 2-3 years, it's been what I've done my days off. At least one of my days off a week, I hit the thrift stores. Or I'll try to take a road trip if I can. And what would I do if I didn't do that anymore? And what did I do before I did that? And I don't know the answer to either of those questions. So for me, there's that. And there also art. There are also things to collect. As Steve pointed out and Joe pointed out, people collect spoons and dolls and Lego sets and Star Wars memorabilia. Well, what are you going to do with that? You're just going to look at it. And as Joe pointed out with his movies, I have tons of movies too, and he's right. I'm never going to see all of those either. And just trying to makes life really boring. I set out a task for myself, it's off topic slightly, but of watching approximately 116 to 17 movies in the next year and a half. a movie from every year from 1900 to 1916. Well, the problem with that is my favorite period for movies is between the 30s and the 60s. And I've pretty much watched a movie from every year then. Now, I'm going to be watching a lot of movies that I don't want to watch, and it's turned into a task. And I don't ever want to do that with my record collection. I don't ever want to go, okay, I have to listen to everything, because it becomes a chore. And it shouldn't be a chore. It should be fun. You should just pick out a record that you want to hear and play it. Or play part of it. Or just look at it. Or, you know, whatever. Another aspect that they both touched on a little bit, I believe, and Robert did too, especially with Robert's collection, because Robert has just immaculate, pristine, mostly MoFi and Japanese pressings, and his collection is worth a small fortune, probably worth way, way, way more than mine, and I probably have, you know, 4 or 5 times as many records as he does, but his collection, I'm sure, is still worth a lot more. But that comes into an investment. We don't know what's going to happen with vinyl. It could crash tomorrow. But it might not. And I look at it as an investment. I've got a lousy job. I don't have a very good retirement. And, you know, in a couple of years, I may start selling things on the internet or whatever and make some cash. And when I'm buying them for 29 cents, even if I sell it for $1, I'm still making money. Is it worth my time? Maybe not. But a lot of things are worth way more than $1. There's a few thrift store videos ago you've seen. I've found some good things. And it's an investment. And so I look at it that way too. And I also look at it as just, I love collecting. I love going out in the wild. I buy things online too. But I love just going out and finding things. It's fun. It's the best thing that I do. And so, is enough ever enough? I finally remembered what he called it. For me, no. But I can understand where it would be. And, you know, I can understand stopping or at least slowing down. You know, not everybody is me. Not everybody goes, oh, I need to have this and this and this, and, you know. And do I need it all? No. But I want it all. So, that's about it. I wanted to cover just one more thing. I know I'm rambling. And that's, new records versus reissues, and what do you collect and what do you not collect. And there are tons of people out there that will only buy new if they can, and there are tons of people out there that won't buy new if there's any way they can help it. They would much rather have an original. I fall somewhere in the middle of that. I love an original. A couple videos ago, I finally got an original copy of The Who's first album. I have reissues, but, you know, to me, yes, I finally have one. But there are reissues that I think are cool, are pressed well. I bought the Stones album that unfortunately didn't work out. It's right here, actually. I bought this. And I got 2 record ones, and I'm kind of stuck. I'm still not sorry I bought it, but, you know, this came with an extra record of different stuff, like the Zeppelin reissues. There are people that say they don't sound great. I haven't heard them, but that extra record of stuff probably makes it worth it. I don't know. And this has the zipper that works, and, you know, there's a cool factor with some reissues, and that's that. I wanted to just give an example here. The latest record I purchased, actually. I have this. This came this way, so I don't mind it. This is a factory imperfection from an original Sun LP from, I don't know, 1958, 59. Johnny Cash's second album. Johnny Cash sings the songs that made him famous. Now, I have this. I found this at a thrift store for a couple of bucks. And it's not in amazing shape. And the other day I was at Borders, and they had this. And I did some research before I bought it. Borders has reissued it. Now this is coming out in general release in about a month. It's not out yet. And it's about what I paid for it on Amazon and everywhere else. But this version is on gold vinyl, and the rest of them aren't going to be, and it's a Borders exclusive. So I bought it. This is the kind of reissue that I will buy. Just because it's cool. I haven't opened it yet, but it's for me, it's on colored vinyl, and I love colored vinyl, but I don't necessarily buy something because it's on colored vinyl. But if it's exclusively, there aren't going to be that many of them or whatever, then yeah, I will. And if it's somebody I love, and I love Johnny Cash. So, a little off topic, but I just wanted to weigh in on that as well. Trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say. I'm sure there's, like everybody else has said, there's going to be tons of things. But I understand where Robert's coming from, and I've been there, and I kind of am there. I mean, I'm at the point where I think I'm going to start selling some stuff, but nothing I love, just some of the thrift store stuff, and maybe make $1 or $2. And I don't see anything wrong with that. And it'll give me something else to do. Not that I'm not busy enough. Oh my God. But anyway, that's about it. For me, I can't even remember. It was so long ago that I made my introduction to the vinyl community. I can't remember what I said about myself. I'm a single guy. I'm not married. I don't currently have a girlfriend. I don't have any kids. I don't have a legacy. Steve talked about his legacy, which is a great point. He can give his records to his daughter. That's awesome. Right there is an amazing reason to keep collecting records. I don't have that. I don't know what will happen to my records when I die. Hopefully most of them will be sold by then. I'll be an old man selling records on the corner. But that was another thing that Steve mentioned. Kids don't have to worry about this. Kids don't even watch this video. You've got your whole lives ahead of you to listen to records. Us older people, we need to think about these things. But I get where Robert's coming from. I understand it. And if it's time to quit, it's time to quit. I hope you don't, Robert. But, I don't think I'll ever quit. I don't know, like I said, what I would do. This is the thing that gives me joy. Records are little pieces of art. I love looking at them. I love collecting them. I love having them. And between the podcast, which is all vinyl, and this, record collecting, has changed my life in the past couple of years. My life is way better now than it was 2 years ago, now that I'm back in vinyl. And because of the vinyl community. So you guys, thank you. Records, thank you. And that's about it for me. I know I rambled. I probably didn't say anything important, but I just wanted to weigh in, and I don't think I'll ever quit. Enough is never going to be enough, is for me. So thanks, guys. Thanks for watching, subscribing. I've got a contest. Enter my 100 subs contest. Check out my podcast, snapcracklepop.podomatic.com. And I'll catch you next time. Bye.